It's literally all these national corporations, okay, are just meant to destroy it, basically everybody, okay?
Yeah, he's 500, 1,000 companies.
Monsanto, basically we should be able to have our own land, okay, to make our own crops, to grow our own crops, okay? But we can't do that.
Yeah, and determine whether we want GMOs or not.
Yeah, exactly. These actual homegrown, locally grown places, a lot of the times they have to buy these genetically modified seeds. All right, Monsanto pushes, all kinds of madness. All right, trying to bring up lawsuits against these locally grown businesses if they don't, because Monsanto will come to them and hey, we'll give you so much money if you start using this seed instead. But if they don't do it, they'll basically break that place down.
Yeah, well, because the government gives them farmers, they give them specific guidelines that they need to follow, and the government will come in there and regulate that farm.
Oh, exactly.
So what do you think? Just because they're coming from a fucking farm, of course it's going to come from a farm. Don't mean that it hasn't been genetically altered in any way, shape, or form. The government made sure of that. All right, Esau made sure of that you're getting steroided chicken, genetically modified corn, crop, whatever.
You got businesses like Walmart, all right, corporations like Walmart that's basically just meant to take down all these little stores. And then what? When that's the only store you can use, it's gonna be so much easier to push the chip, okay? Push concentration camps. They already showed you that in Walmart they were putting a high-tech security cameras and outposts you would want to call it. Basically.
Nanny cams?
Yes.
Howard Jones.
They did have like little security posts where guys could go up there and snipe someone if they needed to. And they were placing them in Walmart.
Yeah.
Now, do you have to work? Yeah, you have to work. All right. I'm talking shit about Walmart, but I work there. I'm cursing them out every damn fucking day I work there because it's madness. But you have to work. You have to eat. Okay. But you need to fear the Lord. First, exactly.
Two scriptures.
Oh, go ahead.
Deuteronomy 14:21. Ye shall not eat of anything that dieth of itself. Thou shalt give it unto the stranger that is in thy gates.
See, you can give it to the stranger that is in thy gate. Now there's many times where it's talking about two types of strangers. This stranger is literally talking about another nation. It's clear, it's evident, okay? It's not going to be talking about another Israelite when it's just telling, I told you not to eat of anything that died of itself. Okay?
But niggas are stupid. Esau's stupid,
That's why the Lord said every time the Lord said to Moses, a commandment, he said, speak unto the children of Israel every single time, all right? He did not say speak unto the so-called white man, or Esau would be in the Bible. It said speak unto Esau.
Yeah, you can go to almost all the chapters in Leviticus, and it'll say, and the Lord told Moses speaking to the children of Israel.
When Moses asked, what should I call thee, or what should I tell the people that your name is? Okay, he said, what should I tell the Egyptians what your name is? What should I tell the Pharaoh what your name is? He said, no, what should I tell Israel? And the Lord told him, Yahweh, okay? So the name was only given to Israel as long as the commandments, all right? As long as the salvation, as also as the salvation.
Thou shalt give it unto the stranger that is in thy gates, that he may eat it, and thou mayest sell it unto a stranger.
Right, so you're not supposed to eat it. Now, if you have like a cattle, and it gets stuck in like a fence, stuck in a ditch and it dies, okay, you're not supposed to eat that. All right, a lot of these animals, they get freaking pushed with these GMOs and then they die of the hormones and everything, and then they sell it to us. All right, that's not right. Okay, if it dies of itself, you're not supposed to eat it. But what can we do? We can sell it to these other nations because they don't give a shit, and we don't give a shit about them, and the Lord don't care about them either. All right. But it's a commandment for us not to eat it.
For if thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power, thou shalt not seethe a kid in his mother's milk.
Right, which is going along with veal, cooking baby cow.
Genesis 1:11. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth, and it was so.
That's right. Not genetically modified seeds, or not seeds that need to be pumped up with all this madness. That's why the scriptures say in Proverbs, all right, if you can get it, I think it's 28, where it says about how when the wicked are in power, the people mourn. I think it's 27. Okay.
You want to go?
Yeah.
Proverbs 29:2. when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Right, because when we're in authority, y'all people aren't going to be rejoicing, all right, too much because y'all going to be in slavery, all right? You so-called white people are going to be in slavery, all right? You Arabs are going to be in slavery. You Chinese are going to be in slavery, all right? So-called white man is going to be completely destroyed after 1,000 years of slavery, and then you other nations, all right, you'll go back to your lands, but you're still going to be under subjection under us, all right? But when we're in authority, okay, when we're in power, when the Lord puts us back in power, all right, and puts Israel back in the seat and we no longer can go off, all right, they're talking about the new covenant, everything's going to be in order, right? You're not going to have to worry about breathing in toxic food or breathing in toxic chemicals, toxic air, eating toxic food.
Yeah, going to work.
Right, going to work and slaving for what? An unvaluable piece of money. Paper. Right.
Fiat.
Look, if I wanted paper money, I'd play Monopoly, all right?
Yeah, and I believe it was a high percentage of the actual dollars is actually digital, because if they actually printed the amount of money that they actually need, like every year or whatever, it would destroy all the forests in America.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's like with the banks. The banks basically run off.
So it's all digital.
Yeah, the banks pretty much run off digital money. The money's not in the bank. If everyone went to pull their money out, guess what? They wouldn't be able to.
So when they say you print money, that means they putting a number in the computer, electronic signal. They send it to a server, and they're creating money.
Yeah, they just create pieces of paper.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's why you have something called credit.
Yeah.
You know, you want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, and you need to get a loan. You need to have what is called a good credit.
Yeah. It's good, a good digital signal.
Yeah.
Right, they ain't gonna give you gold. You know, they ain't gonna, okay, here's your gold, all right? No, they're gonna give you credit. They're gonna give you little numbers. Like a credit card.
Yeah, which basically they're paving the way. The brother just said it. You know, the chip, man, the RFID chip. That's all they're doing. They're paving the way to implement the RFID chip. That's all that it is.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. The more security that they ramp up, you know, the more like these. You have a phone. A lot of us have smartphones. All right. Even if you don't. Know this, the apps that you download, they have something called permissions, right? And all that permissions is basically full access to your phone. And in short, to let the brother continue to speak, or anytime you give them permission, which they already do it anyway, but I believe they're limited to certain things. So when you give them the permission and you send them that signal, they can get in there, read your text, read your calls, listen to your voicemails, alter your phone if need be.
GPS location.
You know, yeah, your GPS location needs to be on for things that shouldn't even be necessary. That shouldn't be required.
Like a game.
Yeah, you know, I want to play Tetris and you need to know where I am and shit.
GPS thing that's pop up, like what the fuck?
Yeah. Okay, so that's just basically to get you more and more comfortable with the chip, all right? So basically all these things that they set up, you know, you think you're just having fun, oh, you got the latest app, you know, you got the latest camera app, all right? You're a digital fucking photographer now, you know, yet they're accessing your text messages and your pictures and everything else.
Yeah, where you like eat lunch at?
Yeah.
Where your woman live?
Yeah, exactly. Who your friends are. Basically everything about you. Just so they could basically say, all right, well, this person, we got to throw him in a concentration camp, torture him a little bit. Maybe he'll take the chip then. That nigga, he'll just take the chip. He'll take it.
If I can say this,
He ain't gonna be difficult when we run up on him with that battering ram and storm down that fucking door. He'll go for it. The more they know about you, the more they know what to do with you when judgment time comes.
Okay, yeah.
That's why every time you download something, it asks you, do you accept the agreements and terms of this thing?
Yeah,
and a lot of people, man, they'll just click. And guess what? You cannot download that, which sometimes is a very valuable, like for your computer. You know, you need to download something, and guess what? You have to agree to those things. All right?
Yeah,
they set the terms.
Privacy, basically. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, you have to.
And then a lot of people that just, all right, and that's it, okay? And they don't care what actually says in there, because in the fine print it could say, and we have the right to blow your damn door down. And guess what? because you accepted that and hit the submit button, they had the right to do that. All right? There was an episode of South Park, all right, that I remember very lightly that I guess Kyle had just clicked it, and they were basically a bunch of stuff kept happening to him, and they're like, what? And they're like, yeah, you're supposed to read that. And I don't really know too much about it, but they just show you how they can pretty much, you know, do whatever they want. Like you said, access your
personal data.
Yeah, your phone. It says to, you know, this app will have access to your
GPS location,
your calls, your call information, your call log. You don't need that information, okay?
One of the permissions I read was basically they could record you without your camera or phone being on. That was literally one of the permissions that I had read. All right. Yeah, they could record you, and I don't mean just the video camera. I mean like the sound recorder, because you know every phone has got like a built-in microphone, so they could basically at any time that they wanted to. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me! And people, this is a fucking top #1 app. People are agreeing to this shit.
And you got apps more and more advertised on TV how you can pay with your cell phone. You could literally just pay via cell phone. Scan the barcode, okay, of the product you want to eat, or when you drink, or whatever. Starbucks has an app like that. As long as you put, because remember, we're not dealing with money now. We're dealing with credits. You put credits on your Starbucks app, okay, and then you scan your Starbucks coffee, and guess what? It charges right through your phone. So now you got this awesome personal phone that you can use all your, you know, have all your money and everything like that. And slowly, more and more, you're not really dealing with money. You're dealing more with credits. A lot of jobs, your money automatically goes into the bank. Okay, you see it as credits before you see it as money. Or what they call money.
Yeah. Another thing too, like if you make certain purchases at a store, right, and you want to return that, they don't even give you your money back no more in a lot of cases. You know what they give you? Store credit.
Yep.
You know, so they're just preconditioning you for a chip.
Yep.
All right, which basically this is going to be a credit. All right. All right. You got enough credit in there. You can eat food. Now, I'm talking about for these other nations and wicked Israelites. We ain't gonna take this because you're not supposed to. All right. This is what's gonna lead you to death. Because you didn't wait on the Lord if you take something like this. You gotta endure, all right?
Yeah, you gotta endure the hardship.
This is to sell out to Satan and basically turn your back to the Most High, all right? You take